Hi everyone, welcome to Div 1 stream. It's Blue Ringed Octolings versus 5 o'clock.
Yes.
And
I'm here as well.
Yep. So it's Alecat here, and joining me is Aytoms.
Hello. Yep. Do we want to get into some specifics about the match we are seeing in front of us today?
I'm gonna just get started with the team loadouts. How about you tell everyone who's in? So just, we're gonna have TB as Ice TB. Other than that, I think I have completely forgotten how to do spectator controls. Bear with me.
You should be fine.
Okay, does that look right?
Yep. So for game 1, it is Rainmaker Starfish, which is a very interesting stage. It's probably one of the most simple, straightforward ones, which is like half of them. Currently, first game, team-wise, on Blue Ring Octolings, we have Lorenzo, TB, Goose, and Gookie. And on 5 o'clock, we have Lanford, Poetry, Howlin, and Goizord. For that, have to see how it goes ahead regarding the games, but this should be good from what I've seen and from what I've played against these players.
Yeah, it's looking pretty exciting. 5 o'clock, of course, had a bye last week, so this is their first time, I think, playing for the series proper. We did see them a little bit in the seeding tournament. But yeah, we're gonna hopefully get to see some really good play in action, and we're about to head into it. So
let's get that going. Let's see how this match unfolds. Starting off with weapon loadouts on Blue Ringed Octolings, we got Blaster, Hydra, Splattershot, or Tenta Splattershot, and Nautilus. On 5 o'clock, we got H3.
Oh, and we're already seeing Bro push in super strong because, of course, there's been a DC. So we're just going to replay that one. Just give us a second.
That was quick. That was really quick, actually.
I think they spotted the DC, and we're just...
I was concerned I was not being fast enough. I need to learn weapon specifics. If I get something wrong,
alright.
just tell me.
No. It's all good. We'll just take that one back to this screen, and... whew, that one was so fast that I looked away for a moment and I was wondering what was going on, and it was all because we just need to shuffle a player around, so... Phew! We didn't miss anything too bad. Just gonna wait for that player to come back in.
Who was the DC? It was...
we lost... Lanford, I think.
Yes.
It's possible that maybe Lanford was just in there to get... No?
I have no clue if
we'll see whether
Latius is playing in this game.
We'll see. She might be busy now because she's been picked up by another team. And like it's an international team, so I don't know whether they're going to be trying to enter Black and Spoons and stuff.
That will be interesting to see. Just doing a lot of teams.
So we're just waiting on that player to come back. There we go, Lanford is back, so let's try this again. And teams are Alpha, 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 Alpha. Okay, let's try this again.
Hopefully...
Everyone's gonna enter really fast and I'm gonna be a bit slow.
Do not worry.
We want to see all that same equipment.
Hopefully it's the same equipment.
Yep. Everyone's gonna hit the button real fast. We're good.
Come on, Lorenzo. Hit that button.
Probably was walked away for a moment.
There we go.
Thinking that.
Take a break.
Okay. We're gonna try this again.
Let's try it again. Attempt number 2 at playing a video game in Australia.
That's the one.
Same loadouts on both teams. Let's finish off 5 o'clocks. For Goizod, we have the Imperies, and for... I think it was just Goizod I missed out on. So let's see how this rolls out.
This quickly. And they're gonna head in.
Hot on Blue Ring Octolings side. Blaster taken out. It's looking pretty stale. Mid's only switched like once so far. 5 o'clock have the advantage, 2 down on Blue Ring Octolings side. Pushed back, that's probably going to get to at least 50. Oh god, that's an incredibly strong push. Not much. Rainmaker went down, lower corner. I believe that is caught. Catch me if I'm wrong there again. Pop looks like it's going to go to Blue Ring Octolings. Palan by himself trying to get picks and a flank. Goizod coming in to support.
Ooh, and
yeah,
he sort of tried to pick that up, and looks like a bit of an odd splat there with TB getting it. And I think Bro at the moment trying to just let that Rainmaker reset. So that was a bit of a delay to the reset plan.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting. 31 for 5 o'clock, which is an incredibly strong push. Goose getting picked off as well. We'll see. Hopefully, if Bro can actually maintain their players and kind of maintain balance regarding picks, which, they are not.
Yeah,
still 2-2.
Yeah, great spot there from Poetry. And we see Goy and Lanford both jumping into that position as well. So, 5 o'clock in a good position now to push again.
5 o'clock. Yeah,
and
looks like
Stingray coming out. Doesn't quite find the picks. And I think that Rainmaker might be stalled there for a little bit. But 5 o'clock in a pretty good position overall here. And they just need to keep a little bit of pressure on the whole game and keep that Rainmaker on Bro's side. Right now, I don't think... Oh, here we go. It's moving in again. So Lanford making a great push. Despite a bunch of yellow ink managing to get in there. And we're going to see Lorenzo bring this out. Bro, I think, have just been looking for this opportunity to push forward. They have been pretty passive with the Rainmaker so far. We haven't seen them like hold it very much at all.
Yeah, I believe it's just kind of 5 o'clock has managed to get a lot more picks on to Blue Ring Octolings, and it's just kind of holding them back. A lot of the players have incredibly good kill capability, so it's a lot more on Blue Ring Octolings to actually maintain their kill count. But looks like they might be able to get something started. 2-2, Palan taken out by the Rainmaker's shield.
Yeah, this is looking promising for Bro, but they just need to shore up a bit of ink before they move forward, and that's what Goofy's trying to do right now with that Rainmaker fire, with the support of the team. Gets a great splat with the Rainmaker, and they're 3 down, so this might be their chance to set the lead. We're on the ramp. We are looking, so close. Excellent lead there from Bro.
Amazing. Yeah, no, it's like instantly. I feel like Div 1 people don't push aggressively as much because you're just looking to secure that run.
Well, and this might be the knockout.
Oh,
here
that's
it is.
An incredible turnaround.
I don't think it's true to say that Div 1 teams don't push aggressively. It's that they don't have as many lone wolf players going in making attempts at aggressive pushes, and so what we might sometimes see with a player like going in on their own, wiping out a team, that doesn't happen so much with a more coordinated team that has a better dynamic between them. Now, I'm controlling lobby, so where are we heading? We are going to splat zones on Wahoo World.
Walleye. Not Walleye.
Wahoo.
Wahoo.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
good.
sorry, I'm gonna confuse. If I confuse you,
No, it's all
I'm
good.
sorry, I look at things. Yeah, no, like what I mean is that there's
I should
often
probably wait and see if they've got
subs. What I mean is like it's often not pushing in while the kills are even, while the plays up are even. It's more or less getting as many kills as possible and having the game swing into one team's favor, and then just immediately taking the opportunity to get that push. You'll often see that instead of people pushing an objective while it's 4-on-4.
Yeah. So yeah, that last match, interesting. You guys can, watching the stream, can work out all the deets from this. I'm we're trialing a new overlay, so hopefully we'll have a bunch of great data by the end of this set.
We like data
and yeah, well, it was obviously inspired by Toad's efforts to try and get all of the data in for the all of the series matches. So thank you, Toad, for providing that baseline. And we are gonna head into Splat Zones on Waihu World, and I love this map. We've seen so many swings on this map from the teams that have already played it. We've seen like points set like 6s and like really low numbers, and the other team has had to knock out. So it's been really really an exciting map.
Yeah.
Lots of potential for yeah, upsets.
Yeah. Let's get started with the team loadouts. Relatively the same. Actually, no, I take that back. Anchor's the same with Hydra, but Rapid Kensa coming out, Carbon Deco, and some hot Julies, which I forgot the name of just then. Ballpoint on 5 o'clock.
Yep.
Dapples, thank you. Dapples, Kensa Julies, Tetra Julies, and the legendary T-Tech Splattershot coming out on 5 o'clock. Looks like relatively even. Actually, no, I take that back again. 2-4 kill count going Octolings' way, with lead going to Octolings, with the initial push shut down.
Interesting to note here, all of that main power up that Goose is running on that carbon roller.
Really? How much is that?
Well, right now we can see 3 mains, so...
Do you think 3 pures?
Who knows? Who knows? But probably not pures. For the yeah, main power up on the carbon, obviously getting a little bit of extra damage for what would normally be, you know, one of the weaker rollers. So that's kind of interesting to note.
100%. I feel like running carbon in... Oh wow, that's a wonderful splashdown cancel from the Hydra. I feel like running carbon in a high level match is incredibly hard because you can't really go for flanks as often. But like, a good player can get a double with one swing and shut down the push.
And that is... Wow.
Yeah.
I looked away for a moment.
That was pretty fast.
Yeah. I was not even...
I just kind of had
great
to...
Great knockout there from Bro.
Yeah, I just kind of had to integrate what I was saying into looking at Goose, just kind of get a triple, just out of nowhere.
Yeah, just secured it, right?
Yeah. Is that 2-0?
That is now 2-0 to Blue-Ringed Octolings. So we're going to head into the next map, which is Tower Control on Inkblot Art Academy. And I'm just going to check the subs. Okay.
Goose on fire.
As
I
usual.
know, that's the best bit. As usual. I remember playing with Goose in Splat 1 before he joined Bro.
Oh yeah?
And that was pretty neat. I only ever did it once, but he is cool.
Awesome.
Yes. Looks like no subs. I have no idea. I feel like we're gonna see relatively big team composition changes, especially for TC Inkblot, but like...
Yeah, it could be interesting.
Yeah. The Goose is, dare I say, loose. That... yes. I don't know. What do we wanna... What specifically do you think would be worthy of mention for the TC Inkblot?
I think this is one where it's really interesting being able to control plat and look over mid as well.
Mid is like Yeah, mid's like an entire incredibly large square. Also, Alecat, you kind of
Oh,
forgot
I
to
had
hit
put
A.
the wrong maps. Oh, no, I was inputting data. It's okay.
Oh,
Let's...
data is good.
And I'm just gonna flip that back because I put in the wrong map data. There we go, that'll do it.
Fine. That'll be good.
There we go. Still
Let's
getting used
get to
to
it.
new overlay controls, and let's remember to go back to the gameplay.
Let's get back to the gameplay. Okay, I feel like team loadouts and composition relatively the same, 5 o'clock same from the first match. Only difference in Blue Ringed Octolings is Goosey Boy taking the Octobrush instead of the Carbon. Accomplishes the same job, but with a slightly different kill time. By slightly, I mean you can't crush people. Gookie taking the early lead points on the tower. Just trying to get points, I believe, just to make sure it holds up the stalemate. 5 o'clock flanking into mid, Powlin almost shutting down Goose's thing, and he actually does manage to. Relatively, kills count is 2-3, with 3 being on 5 o'clock's side, and Tower looks like 5 o'clock, if they can manage to get this push through, they should have lead, and as I say that, they do. Gookie, relatively stable match at the moment, with Gookie just kind of hanging them by himself and gets shut down by being surrounded by 3 people. Kind of steady trickle from Blue Ringed Octolings, which is not very good. 4-3 kill count with instantly reverses. 4 on Blue Ringed Octolings side. Now 2 on 5 o'clock side. How do you think the match is gonna go? I'm confused.
It's looking a little bit like, you know, things are sort of stalemate at the moment in the mid. We've got Inkjets coming out, but I'm not sure if these specials are very purposeful yet. They're sort of each team still sizing each other out. It's interesting to note that I think what Master Goose wants to do this game is to actually be flanking a lot, and with a lot of swim speed up, we want to be like moving around rapidly. I'm not sure he's been able to set up with what he wants to do, so really we're just seeing this middle state. And I think this is definitely, tower control is one of the modes where you do see teams be quite passive, and that can be successful because with the way that the tower moves, you want to pick that opportunity to move in.
Definitely. It's a really interesting situation. Currently what I'm seeing is that a lot of players are moving up by themselves to attempt to get picks. And it's usually just like one player with the 3 others just hanging back. And often people are just getting shut down incredibly fast. Gookie is currently going for a flank, which kind of illustrates my point about how players are just kind of
we see 5 o'clock take the lead there, and Bro still a couple players down, so Lorenzo and TB left to defend on plat, and now I think it's only TB, but having said that, 5 o'clock are also down 3 players, so a reasonable defense there. It's not going to be too bad for them to try and attack it on this score again, because they're looking at breaking one checkpoint and getting to the next one. So TB moving up now, it might be Bro's opportunity to push a bit.
Yeah,
we're going to see TB taken out on that stack, but sort of 2 down for 5 o'clock. Stingray comes out. It's going to be hard for Bro to get on that tower and break through this checkpoint, but I think they're going to just try and keep tapping that tower and make sure it's not sliding back. And Lorenzo getting a good pick, not able to take out Goy, taken out.
That's a life on 5 o'clock.
Yep. So
instantly.
Yeah, we did see the players sort of coordinate a little bit to take one at a time, and that is the lead for Blue Ringed Octolings.
Yeah, there's about 1 minute left, which there's probably 2 chances to get the picks required to actually return lead, but 5 o'clock's push is still incredibly strong. Gookie taken out with a trade there, so that essentially leaves 2 people left to attempt to get the lead back.
Yeah, so 5 o'clock now just need to turf up, and they need to find their positions, punish, I think, the players from moving forward. So we do see both Gookie and Goose go down to Paola, and she's moving. Okay, so that middle area quite pink. it's a good opportunity for 5 o'clock, but I don't think they've got quite the picks that they wanted to get before getting on that tower. But with only 30 seconds left to go, sometimes you just have to make do. And yeah, they do go a couple of players down.
Lanford pins it out by the triple. 20 seconds left. I have a feeling Blue Ring Octolings are just going to attempt to prevent people from moving out onto that plat. Loose Goose just attempting.
Yeah, and if
pulling
they
out the
swarm
special
tower at this point as well, it's going to make it impossible for 5 o'clock to get over time. Meanwhile, Goy doing his best to get on there, so very close by. We have overtime, and Lorenzo taken out on the tower, and it wasn't enough. So we do see that one went to time, so not a knockout. Hopefully, we're seeing 5 o'clock finding a bit more of their squid legs. I don't know.
Squid legs?
Yeah, like sea legs or like land legs, except for
land lubbers.
Yep.
Us Inklings land lubbers or ink lubbers, which is not land because land is solid.
Alright, just check for subs and then we'll get moving on to the next map. We're going to be doing Clan Blitz Humpback Pump Track.
Humpback Pump Track CB. All of it is based on who can hold that big lump of mid. It's literally above everything else. It's like King of the Hill, but for clans.
Yes. We'll see.
No subs yet. See, hopefully we don't end up with a 5-0 because I'll be incredibly sad. I want to see the comeback. I want to see the reverse sweep if it ends up being reverse sweep potential. But
well, we're not there yet.
No,
5 o'clock right now. I think this next game is very important, as you pointed out, because otherwise they will be looking at having to get the reverse sweep. So they really want to take this clams match. Hopefully we see some great coordination with the team, and I think Bro probably feeling pretty confident here. They've really, like, last game went to time, but I don't think they really struggled as such in that match.
Yeah. Definitely. Is that the L3? I think it's the H3?
I think it was the L3D, or let me have a look at the screenshots. I may have transcribed incorrectly. This is why Toad also takes stats.
Oh yeah, it's there.
Not trying to stream.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure H3 is the one which is 3-shot kill, which is used. It's the L3, or is it the L3?
The image that I have is of the L3, but who knows whether I put the right weapon in. Anyway, we're going to head
it is the L3.
Into
Yes. We'll look at this match if somebody picked no H3 or L3. This is a shame. I get started with the loadouts. Same from Blue Ring Octolings with Gookie picking out the Tenta, his lovely Tenta.
Yeah, it's great to see the Tenta come out on this one.
5 o'clock, Zimmy, Trislosher, Dapples, and the T-Tech Splattershot. Currently looks incredibly even. A bit more of mid is taken by the orange 5 o'clock. But currently looks just incredibly stable. Looking at Gookie, he's essentially just used the Tenta for what the Tenta is.
So 5 o'clock passing around their ball quite nicely, and now we do see the pseudo wipe against Bro, so they're going to be the first team to score. Lorenzo is already back up with the like to be able to defend, but not getting the splats. There we go.
There we go.
Yep.
I was scared there for a second. Bubbles coming out. Bubbles are incredibly useful in the situations where you actually want to score clams, because if you have those bubbles up, the enemies can't pop it, you can hide inside it, and you can throw clams.
That's right.
It's like indestructible.
So we're seeing what happened there with 5 o'clock's push. They did go pseudo wipe down. So on a small map like this, it does mean that blue ringed Octolings can just push straight in, and with the freebie clam that they were given. And look, in return, 5 o'clock have wiped Bro. So maybe not such a bad position for 5 o'clock after all. They might be able to make a couple balls here. And we do see Paola holding a ball, but I think Bro was able to spawn out and be in position in time this time. So 5 o'clock holding a narrow lead.
Narrow lead of 4 clams, and they have to score more than a power clam to remove that penalty. But that's not too hard to do. You can get, if you wipe a team, you can get 1 clam usually off of just clams that are dropped, and if you have your penalty clam, that's another whole clam. That's a lot of clams. It's like 40 clams.
In the words of Batman.
In the words of Batman. I don't know where autocam is focused, but we have Rain coming out on 5 o'clock.
We're seeing a lot of mid, and Bro at the moment, I think, just trying to collect together. We do see bubbles come out in mid, but not...
Oh, that's a double.
Yeah, not serving to protect Gookie there. But 5 o'clock are like 2... We did see a third one go down, so Bro not in a bad position either.
Jump clam coming out from Ice TB. Probably gonna get that in. Yep. Oh, it's 1-1 right now. If Gookie can manage to take out Poetry. Actually, no, that should be lead.
Yep, there we go. With the Tenterella cover, doing a great job of scoring just the couple of clams that they needed. And in comes a couple more. He might even be able to... No, he hasn't made it out. Went to grab the clams instead. We do see 3 players down, so TB left as the last one up to defend. Pretty threatening for 5 o'clock.
Pretty threatening. This is probably the most even game we've had. Hopefully 5 o'clock can manage to pull this back because, you know, close matches and sets are always fun. 2 power clams in total for 5 o'clock. 1 being the never failing penalty clam. Always works. Totally, people pick it up in ranked. But if they can manage to score that, I think that's lead back to them if they can score both. But currently mid and kill counts looking very similar on both sides of the teams.
Yeah, and Bro pushing in with a baller to be able to score. They super jump not coming in, instead Goose just swimming in and taking out pretty much all of 5 o'clock's defense. This is going to be the knockout, I think. We just got to find the clams for it. Where are the clams? Yes, there they
Goose
are.
has them. Goose is loose, but not really loose. He actually holds clams.
Alrighty. So that is now 4-0 in Blue Ring Octolings' favour.
Yeah. Okay, so it was H3 in the previous games. Neat.
Yeah. I have trouble telling the little icons apart. That said, it's not quite as bad these days as being able to tell apart.
Definitely.
Some of the little ability icons.
Still slightly shocked that Gookie has not touched clams at all.
I mean, he's obviously played a lot, just not in solo.
And
I think possibly might have an alt account. Not sure. But
I think he has an alt account.
To Marco Mart, which I'm going to find.
Marco Mart Rainmaker. The legendary one where you cannot really get past 40, I think.
Oh, we've seen a few knockouts on this map, I think, in the series already. And we've seen teams definitely pressuring that area under the spawn. And that's when it gets really quite tense and interesting.
Yeah, Rainmaker Podium has so much space around it. It's essentially just kind of a pillar in the middle of nowhere as far as Splatoon maps go. Shall sit on the legendary couch of spectating.
I wish I had one of those.
Couch is nice, but the problem with it is that the TV is in the lounge room and people walk past the lounge room, so it's good, but also other people exist.
Okay.
I actually wonder, how many people do you think would play using a TV in a lounge room for series matches?
I don't not sure. I mean, oh. Hang on, there might be a sub.
Might be a sub. Did it? Wait,
Yep, I might close the lobby.
wait, no?
Okay, no, we're good.
Yes? No, I'm confused.
They've said it's okay, so it looks like everyone's locked in. Okay, we are go.
We are go on the hopefully not final match against Blue Ringed Octolings and 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we are heading into Market Mart.
Market Rainmaker. Let's see. Goki pulling out the Kensa H3 question mark. I believe it's. I don't know the difference.
The Kensa version is easy because only one of them has a Kensa.
Only one of them has a Kensa. Which one? I'm sorry.
Is apparently the H. Let me see. No, it's the L3. The short one.
Okay, yeah, I was concerned.
I always think that the short one is L because it's left. I don't know. Low and high. We do see Pop going to 5 o'clock. And they have picked up that Rainmaker as their initial play, so looks like Goy's got a couple of good picks. Trying to keep, I think they just need to keep TB down. That range pressure is like really tough for them to deal with, and we do see that hammer come out from Gookie, taken out by the Inkjet, and Goy really that was the really important pick. We do see that Rainmaker moving forward.
Oh wow. Oh, unfortunate.
Good push.
Amazing push. Lorenzo just kind of had that extra range. Still two. They might be able to get the KO, but that ramp and the fact of how closely situated to spawn it is, probably. Yeah, no, that's a shutdown with a triple.
Yeah, we did see 5 o'clock did get wiped, so it is Bro's turn to come in now.
Yeah. That upper area where you jump to from boxes can be incredibly important, especially when it comes to pushes that are unexpected.
Yeah, and as you said, the element of surprise really important. Or not surprise necessarily, but distraction, because they were able to keep Inkjet up. Oh, and now Bro actually playing at the same game. So they're coming in with that Rainmaker, able to get some picks. Rainmaker, I think, a bit alone, but a couple of players coming in to support. So really important now for 5 o'clock to secure this splat, but they're not finding it yet.
Not finding it. Lorenzo, Gookie's pushing up. Will he be able to get lead?
Yeah, should be. Oh, out comes the Inkjet.
Gookie with that consistent Inkjet. Inkjet shut down. Only one player remains, which is the sloshing machine. They got lead.
Oh, not the knockout though.
Sad. I wanted to see more matches.
No,
but
well, there's a whole
over.
3 minutes left. Gookie just needs to be taken out by the Rainmaker, and we do see that wipe against Bro.
It's not over yet. I find myself cheering for either, if I'm tired, the team that is closest to winning, or if I actually want to see the team, or I want to see more matches.
Well, it's always exciting to see more matches.
100%. Rainmaker reset, forces it back to mid, places possession in no one's hands, but probably closer to Bro. TB coming from that lovely side of mid, which is ambiguous to spectators. What is higher? Honestly, stable match right now. I don't know what to say.
Well, how about sort of like looking at this game state, we want to think about, well, what does 5 o'clock need to do to be able to beat a 10? And we're seeing maybe this turf coming out. It's pretty indecisive, right? And in fact, Rome might have been able to set up a nice defensive wall here. We do see Gookie go down, but Goose already in position to fill up that gap. So really it's going to be hard for 5 o'clock to push forward at this current state.
Yeah. Goosey takes a trade, then gets traded by Lanford, who gets traded by Lorenzo. I believe that's the correct term. It's actually not, but I can see that one.
So we're seeing Rainmaker picked up. It's at this point just a matter of keeping it out of 5 o'clock's hands. And we do see specials coming out. We've got Stingray able to take out that Rainmaker with armor coming out for 5 o'clock. Not really changing
position.
too much in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the one thing that 5 o'clock can do is get a wipe and push up straight through that kind of closed area that just leads straight to the Rainmaker. On I think it's the left side, but not looking too good.
No,
It's
we
actually
do
the
have
right
3
side.
players down for 5 o'clock again, and it's only 30 seconds left to go. Bro, I think don't need to push too hard here. If they can keep it in the yellow areas, what the danger here is if, yeah, so Gookie's stepping into what suddenly turned very purple, and Lamford now in position to pop Bro a couple players down. 5 o'clock really need, interestingly, I don't think Lamford activated Ink Armor before going to grab that Rainmaker, so they're going to go into overtime with that special
Pretty
wasted. And now Lamford under heavy fire, and out comes the hammer. Goy not able to cover, but there's a pretty clear push here.
Come
Lamford! Go for it!
Oh!
Oh! Amazing!
That's insane! That's exactly what I'm talking about.
So great push there. We did see that court area just end up empty, and
Yeah,
really
no.
spirited play there from Lamford. Pushing forward, there was only that one opportunity to take the game. Like
That's exactly Marco.
that was it, and
It's like-
they just had to take it. So here we go. Maybe you'll get a reverse sweep or something.
maybe
Um,
anything is possible. It's a video game. I could say it's Splatoon, but like the same applies to even Rocket League.
Yep. I should have just told them that if they're considering subbing, then just immediately.
Yeah, no.
immediately
Hopefully,
drop, but okay.
just realized there are a lot. Wait, no, I was about to say there are a lot of commentators who are, I mean, Stream Team who are in Div 1, but no, because Stream Team.
Let's spread around a bit,
Is-
yeah.
Stream Team is also listed there. Yeah. That's kind of the thing about Marco Mart. You just get that you have the one route which is incredibly straightforward, and that's the route which you're kind of forced to
help. Move
help.
forward with these teams.
It's good. Oh yes, Splat Songs, the Muscle Forge. I think it's not. Is it? It's not Muscle. It is Muscle
Alrighty.
Forge. I was correct. But yeah,
Yes, it
you
is
have.
Muscle Forge. I hope it's Muscle Forge because that's what I picked.
That is exactly Muscle Forge. It is.
And I'm going to
Correct.
swap over to the equipment. Of course, as has been pointed out, earlier matches, Lanford taking the H3, not the L3. So we'll fix that up for the final stats. But hopefully
Sounds
everything else is roughly in order here.
Zone's Muscle Forge is one of the most interesting things because it's like, I imagine it slightly to be like Walleye and I'm forgetting names. You can fit splash walls nicely in some areas, especially grades, and there are just a lot of interesting areas to hold that grant.
I think in contrast with something like Port Mac, though, when you do set up on grates, you've got your sides left open. You know, people can come up underneath you. In that way, I feel Muscle Forge and Humpback Pump Track are the maps that I think that share some similarities here. They have a raised zone in the middle, and they have areas where there's a little bit of verticality at play. But Muscle Forge is one of those maps where actually Splashdown's pretty strong for the zones.
Splashdown, bubbles.
And you do need a bit of a coordinated push usually to take that zone, but if you come in with a couple of specials at once, it can flip much faster than people generally expect. So
Yeah, that's especially kind of, a lot of the panning specials manage to accomplish stuff like that, where you don't need much to take the zone, but then you do need the turf, which is hard in some cases. Ugh.
alrighty.
Let's loadouts. We got Lanford pulling out the legendary Cancer Brella. And apart from that, all the loadouts are the same, I believe, with Goosey just swapping back to the Carbon Deco.
Yeah, and we're seeing that main power up back again in force.
Oh my god. Looking to be more in 5 o'clock's favor. Goosey kind of being chased by 3 people at once. He's still living and manages to actually get a pick on Umbrella. I don't know if you guys are seeing this because it's auto-spectated, but that kill, that push manages to give Blue Ring Octolings the zone again with 2 down on 5 o'clock side.
I think so far we did see from that first cap from 5 o'clock, it wasn't a very convincing cap. We did see already a lot of blue very quickly around the zone. Right now, I'm interested with this Kensa Umbrella pick. These great support torpedoes calling out positions for the rest of the team. So, but 5 o'clock left a couple players down. Need to cap right now, I think. So taking out Goose there. And this is one of those, like, the length of this zone can be problematic. So sometimes it will, as I said earlier, it can cap really quickly. Other times it can be a really slow cap. Like,
100%.
Like if you haven't brought specials, or if you're just stuck there turfing with something like the undercover, then you gotta go across the zone and just ink it all up yourself.
Lead going to 5 o'clock straight away. Ink Armor coming out on 5 o'clock. Looks like they might be able to get a chance to get a lot of points down on the board. Currently even 2-2 both teams field-wise, and Goy is just trying to hold it up. It's relatively stable, but like, you get instantly Lorenzo pushes up, gets the turf with the baller, and then you have the entirety of just Bro just pushing up, piling up onto that zone. It's one of those zones which takes forever to cap unless you have 4 people doing it at once. I have a feeling depending on how this push goes for 5 o'clock for the retake, the lead might just go straight back to Blue Ring Octolings.
Yeah, we'll see. They've gone through their penalty and they're set up with a couple of, with, this bomb rush coming out now. 5 o'clock really just need to get back in, and as you pointed out, it looks like that lead is going to swap. They didn't lose many players out of that failed push though, so they might have just one last chance. This is it. No, okay, so they're 3 down. This is done.
No, it wasn't a wipe until I said it was. So.
Alright, so there we go. Strong knockout there from Bro.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got at least the one game. That was a good game. It was worth it. A shame that it didn't go any longer, but also I feel like the matches were just kind of Blue Ring Octolings managed to go above at the last second. Yeah,
they played to their strengths. They had a good, like, TB pretty much. Let's have a look. Equipment. TB ran, Custom Hydra the whole way through, so providing that strong, oppressive fire from a distance. Whereas looking at 5 o'clock, they did bring out the ballpoint a couple of times to try and threaten that range, but otherwise they sort of needed to rely on being able to be sneaky or to just bring in that pure power of the inkjet to take out TB. And anytime that TB pushed forward, it really told a bit of a story. It was like, okay, we're confident, we're ready to push. And when you saw that Custom Hydra hit like mid and even come up forward into the other team's territory, then we knew that action was about to happen.
Definitely.
So thank you, Aytoms, for joining me today on the commentary desk.
Thank you for having me again.
And thank you to everyone for watching along. I'm not sure what our stream schedule is going to be for the rest of the weekend. We do have quite a few of the normal stream team away or otherwise occupied, so we're going to try and keep recording matches, but streams we'll keep you updated as they happen. So
there are a bunch of things. I think depends. There's quite a few matches that are just like in the afternoon at decent streaming times.
Yeah, so we've got a few happening at the same time as well, so it's going to be a bit tricky, I think. So
yeah,
we'll manage it as it goes. Cool. With that, I think
Yeah.
we'll be signing off. Thank you everyone again for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Yep. See you.
Bye.